With more and more power being put into modern cars nowadays, sleeper cars are becoming quite common. What's a sleeper car? For those of you that don't know what a sleeper car is, it's pretty much a fast car without looking like a fast car. You know, a car people wouldn't expect to be quick. That said, I'm going to show you 5 sleeper cars you should be afraid to race. Also guys, if this video gets 500 likes, which I'm sure you guys can do that, I'll be creating a part 2 to this video with cheap sleeper cars you guys can afford. And I'm sure you guys want to see that. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. My name is Christian and this is Vehicle Virals. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe for more automotive content. Now, let's get started. The first sleeper car is a Chevy SS. If you're from Australia, you might be familiar with this car. It's basically a rebadged Holden Commodore. From the outside, this car looks like an ordinary rental car, but what lies underneath the hood, it's anything but that. This is a high-performance sedan in disguise. It carries an old-school like naturally aspirated LS3 6.2-liter V8 engine found in the C6 Corvette that produces massive performance, 415 horsepower and 415 pound-feet of torque. Does a 0 to 60 in just 4.5 seconds and can run a quarter mile in 13 seconds flat. And get this, it's available in a 6-speed manual. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the Chevy SS might be the only V8 manual high-performance sedan in America as of recently. The BMW M5 and the Cadillac CTS-V no longer offer a manual V8 since 2014, making the Chevy SS that much more special. It also gets a limited slip differential, a dual-mode exhaust, and a magnetic ride control adaptive suspension. But let's not forget, this is a sedan that not only excels in the performance category, but in everything else as well. It comes packed with an enormous amount of impressive standard features that will make you feel comfortable when you just go for a cruise. I'll name just a few so you get the idea. You get proximity entry, remote start, heated and ventilated seats, a heads-up display, forward collision warning, a rear view mirror, a rear view camera, rear cross traffic alert, lane departure warning, and spot monitoring. The only 2 features that were optional was a spare tire and a sunroof. Just know that you'll only be able to buy the Chevy SS used. Sadly, it was discontinued in 2017, but plenty are available in the used market for as low as $30,000. What's not to like? Would you buy one? You'll easily blend into traffic looking like an ordinary Impala or Malibu, but also have the ability to brake next when you step on the gas. Oh, and are you one of those people that have family pressure about buying a family car? Well, this sleeper car is the perfect solution. Next sleeper car is a Ford Taurus SHO. Looks like an ordinary family sedan, doesn't it? Well, it isn't. SHO stands for super high output, and that's exactly what it does in a sneaky manner. Perfect for those that like to cruise, but at times like to floor the gas pedal. And as most of you guys know, this car forms the basis of police cruisers in some areas in the United States, which results in many people perceiving it as an unmarked police car. You know what that means, the left lane can easily become all yours, as other drivers are encouraged to move over to the right lane when seeing a Ford Taurus in the rearview mirror. But let's get to the meat and potatoes. The reason the Taurus SHO is a sleeper is thanks to its 3.5-liter twin-turbocharged EcoBoost V6 engine that produces 365 horsepower and 350 pound-feet of torque. Good enough power to get the Taurus SHO through a 0 to 60 run in just over 5 seconds, thanks to both its revised final drive ratio for better off-the-line acceleration and the all-wheel drive system. Let's be honest guys, most cars on the road are slower than that. You also get a Sports 2 suspension for better handling when using all that power. If you really want to crank it up a notch, you can perform a simple remap of the ECU to match the performance of the Ford F-150 and the Expedition, which carry the same engine but with more horsepower and more torque numbers. Not only will you have a sleeper car that won't turn heads when you drive by, but you'll also get nice features like a mesh aluminum dash trim, adjustable aluminum pedals, front seats with a wide range of bolster adjustability, and 20.1 cubic feet of cargo space, making this car perfect for daily driving. As many of you guys might know, Ford is shrinking their lineup of cars, and sadly the Taurus is being killed off for the second time, but you can still get yourself a new 2018 one for as low as $36,000 and a used one for as low as $30,000. The third sleeper you should be really scared to race is the Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk. Most car guys don't really need an introduction to this car, but those that aren't familiar with this Trackhawk, you're in for a surprise. It carries a 6.2-liter supercharged V8 engine pulled directly from the Charger and the Challenger Hellcat. It produces a ridiculous 707 horsepower and 645 pound-feet of torque. But unlike the Hellcat, it can easily put the power to the floor thanks to its all-wheel drive system and the weight of around 5,400 pounds. The Trackhawk can perform a 0 to 60 run in, you ready for this? 3.5 seconds. And can complete a quarter mile in 11.7 seconds and has a mind-blowing top speed of 180 miles per hour. Performance of a supercar packed in an SUV that can be daily driven. Perfect for those parents that want to take their kids to school at 180 miles per hour. Think of it as a supercar that can carpool. The interior has plenty of room that can seat 5, a cargo area with just over 68 cubic feet of space, and features like Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Add the fact that you can tow up to 7,200 pounds while using a feature Jeep called trailer sway control. How many high performance vehicles can say that? Sure, the Trackhawk becomes Clark Kent when driving passively during a normal commute, but there are 4 things that will help you distinguish it from regular Grand Cherokees. The yellow colored Brembo brakes on all 4 wheels, ride height which is lowered by 1.5 inches, aggressive air vents on the hood, and of course the 200 mph speedometer. You might not like the pricing, starting at just under $90,000, making it nearly double the price of a standard Jeep Grand Cherokee, and around $15,000 to $20,000 more than the Hellcat vehicles. If you're able to spend that kind of money, you'll get a super performance vehicle that can serve as a daily driver and can tow a trailer. Oh yeah, and you'll be able to own a pretty sweet sleeper. 4th car on the list is the Nissan Juke R. Combine the traditional Juke crossover that car guys love to make fun of and combine it with the performance of a Nissan GT-R, and this is what you get. Nissan called it the first crossover supercar. First introduced in 2012, it definitely caught many by surprise. And in 2015, they introduced the second version of the Juke R with updated performance at the Goodwood Festival of Speed. How much performance, you ask? 600 horsepower and 481 pound-feet of torque, thanks to its 3.8-liter twin turbocharged V6 using the ultimate performance car, the Nissan GT-R. It also uses the same high-tech all-wheel drive system and as well as the dual-clutch 6-speed transmission. That's the perfect recipe for a sleeper. It can sprint from 0 to 60 in just 3.5 seconds. A Nissan Juke camouflage, but underneath lies a beast. Only thing that might give it away that this is a performance car is the full-blown roll cage located where the seats normally are, aggressive bulge and fender flares, and the front bumper with large coolant apertures. And of course, when you mention supercar, you have to include carbon fiber into the equation. The body contains plenty of carbon fiber panels included in the front bumper, the integrated diffuser, and the flares. Want to own one? Apparently only 23 of them are being hand-built according to various online sources, saying that it represents what Nissan means in Japan when split in half. Ni means 2 and San means 3, which kinda makes sense as Nismo commonly used the number 23 on their race cars. And on top of only 23 supposedly being built, they retail for around $600,000. Yeah, moving on. The last and final sleeper car on the list is the Buick Regal GS. While you're probably tempted to stop watching this video because I included a Buick, which most people will turn away from unless you're 80 years old, trust me, this is a good one, so keep watching. While the newer 2018 model carries a bit more of a sportier look, it still can pass off as a sleeper, thanks to how quick it's on the road. Could this be the return of the Grand National? Well, not quite in my opinion, but close. The Regal GS comes equipped with a V6 naturally aspirated engine that produces 310 horsepower and 282 pound-feet of torque, along with GM's 9-speed automatic transmission, which was co-developed with Ford. Combine those two and you'll be able to run a 0 to 60 in the high 5 or low 6 seconds. Only thing that can potentially turn you off about the Regal GS is the absence of both a manual transmission and paddle shifts. The only way to manually shift the gears would be by using the gear selector on the middle console.
Boring!
Just like other cars on the list, the Regal GS can easily blend into day-to-day traffic, making it perfect for reactions when you decide to drop the hammer. The interior is definitely one of the best features. You get 14-way adjustable sport front bucket seats with adjustable bolsters, which are both heated and ventilated, along with a massage function. Definitely nice looking seats. When it comes to practicality, it excels as well, with cargo that has 31.5 cubic feet of space and 60 cubic feet of space when the rear seats are folded down. The ride on the GS has been described as quiet and very comfortable thanks to its active system that can adjust every 2 milliseconds to properly soak up bumps. As far as pricing goes, you can get one for as low as $35,000. Not a bad deal, considering it costs less than its German rivals. Remember guys, if this video gets 500 likes, I'll be creating a part 2 of cheap sleeper cars you can afford. So make sure to hit that like button. And also, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe. That way you don't miss out on any of my future videos. Let me know in the comment section below, which of the cars on this list was your favorite. I'm actually very curious to find out what you guys think. Anyways, thanks for watching. Till next time.